Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. And do not forget, people, don't you ever forget, this is a viewer-funded endeavor. If there's no you, there's no me. So if you like seeing this mug and hearing this voice, I'm going to need you to do one thing. Wash your hand off or not, stick it all the way up your generosity. Pull something out for your boy. Link will be in the description box, Cash App, and whatnot. It's greatly appreciated. You keep the lights on. I'm just thinking about his sloppiness. Sloppy Joe. Yesterday, he was wandering the desert. He was on the Weather Channel. He did an interview with this lady, and of course, he did something weird. That's what he does. Just expect it. At this point, we are shocked if he does not do and or say something creepy, weird, and fucked up. He didn't let us down. You got to give Sloppy Joe one thing. You got to give him one thing. You got to give him a little credit because he's consistent. He is consistently misspeaking, stopping mid-sentence, trailing off words, walking off when the press corps is asking him a bunch of questions. He's consistent. He's always saying something weird, perverted, sexual in nature, or he's shouting out dead people. God save the Queen, man. Remember that, speaking of dead people, remember that, was she a congresswoman or something, and she unfortunately died in a car accident, and a couple months later, he's doing a speech, and he said, hey, where's so-and-so? Oh, dog, she's dead. Anyway, he didn't disappoint. He's talking with this lady, and they're in the desert in Arizona for some reason. Oh, he's at the Grand Canyon. That's where he was. And they're talking. She's asking him questions, and right when he is supposed to answer her, he says, "Oh, you got a bug on you," and he reaches out and wipes this fictitious bug off of her. And it was weird. Don't worry. I'm not gonna deal with all this cringiness on my own. There'll be a link in the description box to a video so you can see it yourself and you can feel as weird as I do. So he goes, "Oh, you got a bug on you." Does he know nothing of personal space? Or was this intentional? Is he craftier and more sly and slick than we give him credit for? Because she just asked him a question. And he goes, "Oh, you got a bug on you." And what kind of weirdo are you? What kind of freak are you to reach over and touch somebody you don't know? You should let her know. She looks down, "Oh shit, thanks." That's it. You don't reach over and touch some lady you don't know. But you know one thing is for sure. Biden's going to touch somebody. It might be another adult. It might be a kid that he wants to sniff. It could be himself. But Sloppy Joe is going to touch somebody. And he did. Not to mention the nonsensical bullshit he was talking about. He brought up we're going to build over 500,000 charging stations across America. For what? There aren't enough electrical cars on the road, or electric cars on the road, to justify 500,000 charging stations. And even if there were, do we have the infrastructure and the grid to handle it? No, we don't. But he talked about that bullshit, and then he mentioned a climate change center, a climate change facility is what he said. I know, your mind is exploding with questions. Why? Where is it? How much did it cost? And what the fuck do you do in there? What's a climate change facility? What does that even mean? What does that produce? Who does that help? Who's running it? What? That makes no sense. A climate change facility, but he's not known for making sense. What is that? Where is it? Is it in DC? Is it there in Arizona where you're visiting? Where in the fuck and what the fuck is a climate change facility? It's nonsense. It's one of the biggest lies ever perpetrated on the human race is climate change or global warming. It changes every decade. Are we going to freeze? Are we going to boil? What's going to happen? They don't fucking know. And even if they did, what are we going to do to stop it? So I think that's where the term climate deniers is used incorrectly. Because I don't think anybody would deny that there's climate change. I guess there is. I mean, how do you know unless you're on site with some kind of climate change test being conducted or something like that, or the ice cores. That's what they say a lot. They drill down and get these huge cylinders of ice, and then they supposedly can tell you what the temperature's been like. If you ask Ilhan Omar, the Somali double agent, the woman who wears our hijab on the job, if you ask her, they can tell you what the weather was like 120,000 years ago. Okay, let's say you can do all that. Let's say all of that is true. Where people part ways, where we have our fork in the road when it comes to climate change or what was the other one? Global warming. Yeah, no matter what they're calling it, where we come to the fork of the road, and I got distracted. There's a dude in a wheelchair sitting there waiting across the street. I didn't know whether to let him go or stop or what. Anyway, so where the fork in the road is who's causing it and what can we do about it? Okay, there's global warming. There's what did Al Gore was saying, underwater bombs or some crazy Al Gore, some bullshit, right? He's one of the greatest climate pimps there is. I'm surprised he doesn't have a diamond pinky ring and a fucking felt hat with a feather in it. But who's causing it? And what can we do about it? The answer, we don't know, and nothing. There's absolutely nothing we can do. How many damn trash cans are on your curb every week? Today's trash day for me. I'm going to have 3 trash cans: garbage, recycling, and green waste. It's been there forever. Remember when they used to have the tubs? I'm talking to my Californians. I don't know how it was in other states. But back in the day, they would have these yellow tubs where you could put out, if you wanted to recycle newspapers or magazines. See, kids, magazines and newspapers were the way we used to communicate information and entertainment. Anyway, it used to be tubs that you would put out there. Now you have 3 different trash cans. So basically, we can't do shit to affect climate change. And maybe we can. Let's say we could. But it's probably going to take everybody. So as long as we have 3 trash cans on the curb every week, but in China and India, they're dumping human waste and radioactive material in the water and burning underground coal fires, it's not going to do shit. It's not like their pollution travels around the world until it gets to a country that's clean and it stops. Oh no, they're doing the right thing. They're taking care of the earth, so our pollution won't affect them. Bullshit. It goes everywhere, to everybody. We are the cleanest nation in the world. India and China are the filthiest, but nobody wants to go knock on their door. China and India are the scary old man in a creepy house in a kid's movie. He's the old man in Sandlot. Nobody wants to go over there and knock on his door to get their ball back. Why are you fucking with us in other countries? Go to the ones who are shitting in the swimming pool. We're not the one doing it. They are, but they're scared. Because China has them by their balls. They're fucking scared. So until you go to the dirtiest house on the block, I don't want to hear shit about no neighborhood cleanup. But just know, whatever's going on with the climate, Sloppy Joe is in Arizona putting his hands on women that he doesn't know. What is wrong with him? Dr. Jill, why don't you get him and grab a couple orderlies and take him back to his assisted living facility so we can get back to being great again? You tell me. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty quads. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.